Hey y'all, welcome to the Crafty Cove, or welcome back if you're returning. I am so excited to be a part of a collab today with some amazing YouTube ladies, and this is our Is It Fall Yet home decor collab. We're going to talk about that in just a little while, but for now, let's get on to it. DIY number 1. So we're going to use these wood plaques from the Dollar Tree. I'm using 4 of these for this project, and we're going to paint 3 of them. On one of them, I'm doing kind of this mustardy yellow. Actually, what I've done is I've taken some colors from folk art and mixed a little bit of brown, dark brown paint in with these just to give them kind of a muted color. So on the first one, I did a yellow. On this one, we're doing an orange, and we're only doing on 3 of these, we're doing the outside edges and the fronts of all of these. And then on our last one, we're doing this little blue color. I believe this was like the ocean or peacock color, peacock color from Waverly with some brown mixed in. I just wanted to kind of I wanted to add some color, but I wanted them to be muted colors. Does that make any kind of sense at all? Well, y'all know I never make sense. But on this last one, on the 4th one, we are just going to paint around the outside edges. We're not going to worry about the middle, and this is why. We're going to take this piece of scrapbook paper from the Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to trace around one of our plaques, and then we are just going to go ahead and cut that out. After we've got that cut out, we are just going to use a pretty good layer of Mod Podge here, and I'm going to put this scrapbook paper piece on to this piece right here. I just love how this turned out. I love how the colors all turned out. I think it turned out super, super cute. After we get that on there, we do cut off and sand around the edges. I'm not sure where that footage went. Oh, I'm sorry. First, I go ahead and do another layer of Mod Podge, and when that dries, I go ahead and cut off the excess and sand around all of the edges. Next, we are going to take some decals that we made that spell out fall. On the orange one, we are going to put the F. On the paper one, we are going to put the A. And then on the other 2, we will put an L and an L. Again, this is super simple. This ended up costing me like $5 maybe. And I love how it turned out. I think it's super cute and just gives that little punch of color, because y'all know me, I'm usually fairly neutral. But I'm trying to expand my horizons, y'all, and get into a little bit of color. So these muted colors are definitely doing the trick and giving me all of the fall vibes this year. So after we get that finished, we're going to take these little, I don't know what these are, little sticks that I got from the Dollar Tree. And at first I was going to use some thin ones, but then I loved the look of the chunky, shorter ones. So I just picked out 4 that I'm going to use. We're going to make all of these look like pumpkins. So we are just going to glue our stems on there. So I'm going a little slower on this to show you my new Hippo cordless glue gun. Now this glue gun, again, is cordless, and it's got a magnetic base for it to sit on. The things I love about this glue gun, I love that it's magnetic and that it's cordless like that right there. It makes it so much simpler. But I also love that it is a smaller glue gun, like a detail glue gun, and that's what I'm going to be using in this project. So I will leave a 10% discount code in the description box of this video. If you want to check this out and order this, you can get 10% off today from watching my video and using that discount code. So y'all check it out. I like it. Would I say it's my favorite glue gun? Not necessarily, but I do really like it. There are a lot of aspects about it that I like again, it being a smaller glue gun and it being cordless. So what I'm using in it today is wood glue. So it's really good for any type of glue. So after I get all of those little stems glued on, I'm going to take some brown and white twine from the Dollar Tree and wrap it around one. Then I use some regular twine from the Dollar Tree and wrap it around one. And the next 2, I just go ahead and alternate the brown and white and the regular brown. And now I'm taking 2 different ribbons from the Dollar Tree, buffalo plaid and some cotton print ribbon. And I'm just going to make 2 messy bows with these. And these are going to go on 2 of our little pumpkins. So 2 the exact same way. I just put them all in an X formation tie them in the middle, and then I do go ahead, and they were still just a little bit big for me. Oh, I do wrap around my twine around the middle just to give it a more finished look. And the ribbons were still a little long for me, so I do go ahead and cut those down a little more. Again, doing 2 of these exact bows. Then I go ahead and I glue these to the, I glue one to the F and one to one of the L's. Now we're going to go ahead and make another messy, 2 more messy bows. And I'm using this, I don't even know what this ribbon is called from the Dollar Tree, but I loved it. I thought it was so cute. And I'm using 2 different colors of this, the brown and the white. I'm going to call it like maybe a lattice. I don't know what it is, but I loved it and it turns out super cute. And then again, our buffalo check and our cotton printed fabric. And again, just making 2 messy bows the exact same way. One will go on the A and one will go on the other L. Now that we've got all the work put together on our project, we're going to go ahead and put this together. So I am just gluing the A to the F, and I'm putting the A in front right here. Then I'm going to take an L and I'm going to glue the F and the A that are already glued together to that L with the L in the back. I hope this makes sense. Y'all know I'm not really great at my speaking. That sounds so silly, but it's true. And then we go ahead and glue the other L on with it being towards the front. And when you get all these glued together, they stand up perfectly on their own. So I did not even have to put a stand on these. So I'm loving these. I think they turned out super, super cute. Again, loving the muted colors for the fall scene this year. Y'all let me know what you think of this one. Okay, y'all, so I am a part of the Is It Fall Home Decor collab today, hosted by my friend Ellie from DIY From House to Home. Y'all, there are so many amazing ladies in this collab. Teresa B. DIY, she's amazing, always is. Andrea Peacock, the same. All of these ladies are so crafted. Happiness Created, I am so excited to be working with these ladies. Our Gray House, Freckled Mom. Y'all, I love all of these ladies so, so much. And Rustic and Lace, y'all, thank you for allowing me to participate in this with all of you. I appreciate it so much. Y'all check them out in the description box below. So now for this next project, for DIY number 2, we are going to take 2 of the wood crates from the Dollar Tree and 2 of these bamboo slotted spoons. I would have rather not had the slotted ones, but those were the only ones that the Dollar Tree had, so I didn't even worry about it. So then I'm going to take my Hippo cordless glue gun again, and we're going to glue our crates together end to end. And then we're going to take 1 slotted spoon and glue it to the end of 1 crate on the inside, and do the same exact thing to the other slotted spoon. We're just making a little, I don't even know what you call this, but yeah. And then we're going to take a dowel rod and put it in the holes up at the top and just secure it with hot glue. This is just like a little table centerpiece or something like that, a little box, I don't know, but I think it turned out super, super cute. After we get it all glued together, we're going to take some Waverly Wax in Antique. I'm going to paint it on, and then I'm going to wipe it off with a paper towel. Y'all have seen me do this many, many times. I love this technique. I think it turns out perfectly. I love, love, love this antique wax when you wipe it off like that. And it's on wood. But we're going to do this entire piece. The insides, the outsides, the spoons, the dowel rod, every single piece of this except the bottom is going to get a coat of antique wax painted on, and then we're just going to use our paper towel and wipe it off. I'm so sorry, y'all. I have no words today. I don't know what's wrong with me, but y'all know how I am. I have no words. After we get that finished, we're going to take our spray bottle, spritz it down, and use a little bit of white Waverly chalk paint and a fan brush, and I'm going to paint that on. And I do both sides just because I want to see how it actually turns out to make sure I'm going to keep it like this. But I paint that on, and then I go ahead and wipe it off, and it gives it a little whitewashed look. But I wanted a little bit more than that, so I take this Peacock from Waverly chalk paint, and then I spritz it again and go ahead and do the same exact thing with my blue, paint it on, and then wipe it off. And look at the aged look of this. I absolutely love this. I think it turned out so adorable. But we're going to do the same exact technique on this entire piece except for the inside. Now we're going to take some of these Scrabble planks or whatever they're called that I got from Walmart. I'm going to spell out the word harvest, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue these right onto a piece of twine from the Dollar Tree, just a little dab of hot glue, and glue our letter right down. Again, I'm not going to make you watch me, but we just spell out the word harvest, and then I'm going to take that twine, and I left some on the ends of each, and I'm just going to wrap that around the handle there at the top. Sorry, this is kind of an odd angle and you don't really get to see exactly what I'm doing it, but I'm totally just wrapping it around our handle and then securing it with a little bit of hot glue. Then we're going to go ahead and make 2 more messy bows, this time using the buffalo check fabric from the Dollar Tree and some of the lace fabric from the Dollar Tree. Just put all of our pieces together in an X formation, cinch it together, tie it together with a piece of twine, and we're going to put each of those bows on the ends at the top right there. Does that make sense? Ends, top, middle. But anyway, we're just going to stick those right up there at the top on those little spoons, or you could put them right there on the handle. And then I just go ahead and add a cotton pod in the middle of each of those bows, and that's it. So super simple. I just went ahead and decorated with some leaves and some sunflowers, but I love how this turned out. I think it's cute. I think it's very fallish. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, we're going right on to DIY number 3. Now, I love big fall signs, any kind of sign, but they're very expensive. And we've all seen so many YouTubers recreate signs, but I loved how this one turned out and I had to put it in a video. So I'm taking 4 of these little box-like signs from the Dollar Tree that say cherry pie, pumpkin pie, or pecan pie and pumpkin pie. I'm gluing 2 of them together side by side and then 2 more together side by side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to glue both of the sets of 2 together. So we end up with like 4 compartments or 4 pieces, but it ends up being one big sign. Now I'm going to take some Waverly chalk paint and white, and we're just going to paint 2 good coats on this. And this is only to cover up as much of that lettering as I can, so when we use this buffalo check vinyl from the Dollar Tree to cover it, none of that lettering shows through. So I just cut it down to about the size that I need, and then I go ahead and start laying it down. This is so simple, and I love the Dollar Tree vinyl for this. It turns out so cute, and y'all know me, I'm all about the buffalo plaid no matter what time of year it is. So anyway, one piece is not enough to, it's not wide enough to cover the entire sign. So what I have to do is I go ahead and piece it together with one piece and then a smaller piece, but I get them as lined up as I possibly can just to make sure that, you know, everything's kind of cohesive and looks nice. I love it. Now we're going to take one of these window clings, or whatever they're called, window hangers, I don't know. We cut off the little tabs, and then we go ahead and take off the little suction piece that would suction to your window. Now, I'm figuring out exactly where I want it on my sign, and there is going to be some hangover, but don't worry about that. We do take care of that. And what I'm going to do is just use a lot of Mod Podge, a thick coat of Mod Podge, put it down on our little sign here, and then we are just basically going to stick our window cling on there, press it down, and then cut off all the excess with our utility knife. And y'all, you can decorate this however you want. I decided just to leave it plain because there's going to be so much decor around it. I just kind of wanted it just to be, I didn't put a bow or anything on it. And you could totally do that. But I think this turns out so cute and it looks high end. To me, this looks like something you would buy at Hobby Lobby or at Kirkland's or something like that. And a total of $5. How cute is that? Y'all let me know in the comments what you think about this one also. So now we're on to DIY number 4, towards the end of the video. I'm not a huge gnome person, but I saw this gnome on Pinterest and I definitely wanted to try it just to see how it would turn out. And this is the easiest gnome I have ever made. I've tried other complicated versions, but I love how simple this is. So I'm just taking one of the cotton mop heads from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to remove all of the cotton pieces off of it. All you have to do is pull, and they come right out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those pieces, fold them in half, and cut them so that you get 2 pieces out of one. I didn't even use probably a fourth of this mop for this project. Then we're going to take one of the floral foam cones, and we're going to put a little bit of hot glue on it, fold a piece of our yarn or our mop head, and just start gluing it around the center. I go a little bit above the halfway mark for this first layer, but you're just gluing it in a circle all the way around the cone. I'm not going to make you watch me do it all, but you know, it's so simple and it's so cute when it's done. After we get that first layer done, we're going to flip that up and go just a little below that and do another layer. You don't have to do this second layer, but I think it makes it look a lot more fuller, a lot nicer, and it just makes it look more high-end, and I don't think you can even tell it's made from a Dollar Tree mop. So after we get that second layer done, then we're just going to go through and unravel each and every piece of the mop strands. It doesn't take that long. It looks like it would, but honestly, it took a little over 5 minutes maybe, and I had each and every one of those completely unraveled, and this is what they look like when they're unraveled. So cute, y'all. I'm not a gnome person, but I actually love this, and I may start doing this for every single holiday now. Then I'm going to take some buffalo check fabric that I got from Joann's, but you can definitely get some from the Dollar Tree. They have some there. I just didn't have any on hand and didn't want to go back out. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big triangle on one side of this fabric and cut it out. Now, once I get it cut out, it's a little bit too big, so I do go ahead and cut it down just a little bit more. But after I get this piece cut out and get it cut down to the exact size that I want it, so you can see I made the triangle, and then I decided just to go ahead and cut some off of the bottom. Then I'm going to use this piece, this triangle, as a template for the next triangle. So I'm going to actually end up cutting 2. But I'm just using that one piece as a template. And y'all, this is just fabric that I had on hand. I bought from Joann's last year. And now I'm going to put the 2 good sides facing each other and go along both of the edges, both of the sides here, and glue this together, leaving the bottom part open because this is going to become our gnome's hat. And of course, buffalo check. Y'all know me. I'm obsessed. I'm sorry. But once we get it all glued together, then we're just going to turn it inside out or right side out, whatever it's called. And I do stick something up in there just to get that tip out. Then y'all, I use one of these little stumps from the Dollar Tree that you get in a package, and I use that as my gnome's nose, and I love how stinking cute it is. Then I'm just making a little seam on my hat here because it was a little wide. And what I do is I go ahead and I put my hat on my gnome, and I go ahead and glue it to the top part of the nose. You can't see it there, I had a bad angle. And then I put just a little dab of glue on each side of the hat and the mop just to glue it down a little bit. Take a little sunflower to glue to the tip, and look how cute he is. I'm absolutely in love. I'm obsessed now, and I know I'm going to be making more of these. So here's our final reveal of all of our projects. I had so much fun on this collaboration with all these amazing ladies. Thank you again, Ellie, for asking me to join. Don't forget to check out all of these ladies in the description box below. And I hope y'all are ready for more fall videos because this totally got me in the mood. Thanks again, y'all. I appreciate each and every one of you and love all of you more than you can ever imagine. Thanks for watching. Y'all come back now. You hear?